This story is from The Guardian, a British newspaper. I'd like you to go look at it. Go read it. Especially some of the comments. When we find information, some people tend to get upset. But you find information so that you can be educated. So you can pass the information on to others who need it. And finally, people waiting for this man to come, who's going to be the final arbiter. Judgment, they call it. But today is the day of judgment. Today. That no man knows when the day is coming. Everybody knows when the day is coming because it told you that the time that certain things will be happening when that day is here. And those things are always happening. When you look around the world, you'll see that the things are always occurring. People will say that the judgment is coming for thousands of years. Why? Because when they look around, they see events. It's the same events that they talk about in the judgment. We don't get it. That's why I keep telling people who claim to be Jews, black-skinned people, beware what you wish for. Oxford, you better do some research on Oxford and Jewish people. If you are going to be held responsible for what their actions are, you better be careful what you wish for. Anyway, this is one of the articles I found today. There are a few more I'm going to add to this list and make a video. Combine them to make a video. Peace. Now on to the other news that we are hearing around the planet. And when I say around the planet, I mean news that directly affects African people, African in the diaspora and Africans in Africa. Rumors have been spreading around the internet for days now about a coup d'etat, another coup d'etat. I'm waiting for the people involved to speak before I say anything about it, or before I make any videos directly about it. But there's a stirring in Africa that's scaring everybody. It is scaring everyone. Right now, Tinubu been called to England. Well, right now, I shouldn't say right now, he was called before. The people in Nigeria are not happy. In Guinea, you see Doumbouya, he's making these little, I don't know, quarter steps. But if you watch carefully what he's doing, it is what he's been told to do. He's not making any big steps. He's just being told, look, things are happening around you that if you want to stay in power, you better make some little things, changes. And that's what he did. People are making noise about Cameroon. The man is 90s and he's still trying to hold on to power now. In Kenya, Ghana, all over Africa, the young people are beginning to stand up. And what shocked me, Moses, the people in Gambia, the young people in Gambia, some of them are talking. Some of them are talking. And that surprised me. Nevertheless, the one that I would watch most is Ramaphosa in South Africa. Ramaphosa, seeing what happened to Zelensky when he went to Washington, picked himself up, left his country, a country now that's having problems, where he brought in the enemy into his government. You bring the enemy into your house, and it's not to watch them. Ramaphosa doesn't have the ability to watch them. Most of African leaders are like him. They're given power and somebody leads them around. Ramaphosa is the same. He left his country, go to Washington to be embarrassed. If you watch the events leading up to his, I don't even call it, because they didn't invite him. He invited himself to Washington to go get embarrassed. If you watch the events leading up to his journey to Washington, you will see that he's lost control. And he didn't lose control today. He lost control a long time ago. The people who he's gone to Washington to talk about hate him. And when a man hates you, it's not that he hates you and is silent, standing outside your door. He's talking. He's shouting loud. And you know why Trump brought those people to America, to embarrass you. Why would you go to further embarrass yourself by going to talk about them in Washington with Trump? It boggles the mind that the leaders in sub-Saharan Africa don't try to deal with the issues that they're having among themselves and in their states. If a man wants to leave South Africa, let him leave. As a matter of fact, South Africa Ramaphosa did the wrong thing. He should have just hired an airplane. Put all of them, not the few that gonna go over. Put all of them on and send them over. England complaining about what's happening, send them to England. Dutch complain, send them to Holland. The U.S. is saying how they're mistreated, send them to the U.S. Hire an airplane. Don't go to Washington. You know, Washington is embarrassing himself. There are people all over America laughing at it. There's this thing going on in America now about white people complaining that they are tired of hearing black people complain. We don't do things the right way, you know. You complain about a policeman killing your son. Are you serious? I hope every day that my son don't die like that. Because there are remedies that you can take as a father, as a mother. And half of America claim to be Christian and don't believe in the book that they say they claim to believe in. Because it gives you the instructions on what to do now. Right? You have the instructions on how to live. And you don't follow the instructions but claim to love the person who gave you those instructions. You have become like the enemy. And then you're looking for somebody to come and save you. This song called Silence is Golden now. And nothing upsets the Caucasian more than when you're not talking. He's wondering what you're going to do. If you see the other day, one famous man from America was sent to Russia to interview Putin. Why? Putin wasn't talking. The Europeans were shouting how are they going to do this and they're going to do that. Americans are shouting how they're going to do this and do that. The Japanese, you know, they're gathering in Australia, they're all together, all they're shouting and Putin silent. So they got this one guy. And I told you about this story. We talked about this story. Who America claims to hate because he's this bigot. Worked Fox News for all this long time, and the Democrats hated him. And, well, the Democrats are basically black people. They're more Hispanics and African American Democrats than the Caucasian. The Caucasian who vote Democrat, but there's a reason for that, and we will deal with that another time. But just because you give a man power doesn't mean he can take it back anytime. And you see in the last election, when Caucasian women now didn't vote for the Democrats, what happened? Black women got all upset because Caucasian women voted for their men instead of against their men. Black women were telling their men, if you vote for, well, Obama's wife, if he votes for Trump, Don't let him in your bed. Yeah. But Ramaphosa now, this will show you the ignorance, like the school bus journey to the dead woman's funeral. The French called them and put them on a bus and dragged them to the Champs-Élysées and tell them what to do. The Italians called them and sit them down in a little room and tell them, this 5 billion for all of you. Brussels, one trip after another, the Koreans come in and make them promises. Even the Koreans now, the Japanese. The Koreans now and the Japanese made promises to them that don't fulfill. Never been fulfilled. Ramaphosa is not listening. None of them listen. Young people in Africa gotta get rid of these people. I hope you're keeping an eye on what is going on. We started out talking about the judgment. And if you know when the judgment is, then you'll be able to know who is the judge and what you should be judging and what you should do as a judge. Because there's always, you see, a criminal, when he's given the opportunity to do what he feels like it, he does it with gusto. And then one day he mess up. He starts making errors because he thinks he is like untouchable. And all those errors that he makes leaves a trail of evidence. And that's when you have the criminal. Hope you're enjoying your day wherever you are. Peace.